My name is Bubu Okamina, and this is our first episode of Talk to Bubu, a lifestyle program that covers interviews, lifestyle events, and all whatnot. It's a digital program. And today, our first guest on Talk to Bubu is our fabulous, energetic mother, entrepreneur, wife, businesswoman, Mrs. ANWULI UIJLENHOED. Thank you, Mara, for coming to the program.
Thank you so much, Bubu. My absolute pleasure to be here, and thanks to you and your team.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'd like you to actually introduce yourself to our viewers and audience.
Okay. Hello, everyone. First of all, please call me ANWULI or Daniela. I love, I'm a very simple person, so first names are fine with me. My name is ANWULI because I'm Igbo, from Onitsha, Anambra State. Daniela is my baptismal name, Catholic, from the great prophet Daniel in the Bible. And I'm married to a Dutchman, so my surname is UIJLENHOED. All my life, basically, I've always been a career woman. I've worked in banking, I've worked in oil and gas, and currently I run my own business with a partner, and we are distributors to Intel Telecommunications Network, where I am co-owner and a director of a company called Esmeralda Telecoms. I might be going back into the oil and gas industry because as of today, I just received a job for employment from an oil company.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. So it's something my husband and I are considering, and we'll see where it goes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And congratulations to that.
Thank you.
I'd like to ask you a few questions to those people who may want to know you a little bit better up close. So we have a few questions for you. How ready are you for those questions?
As ready as can be, I guess. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
The first question we're going to ask you is, it's your birthday in a week's time, 23rd of September, and you're trying out a lavish, great, themed, strictly by Ivy occasion, and you got me wondering: is it a live? Is this a live Mac event or a live Mac age?
No, actually, it's not a landmark age. I would say I'm in my early 40s, so it's not a landmark age. But I was talking to my husband shortly before my birthday, and I said to him, we have so much to celebrate and thank God for. We're alive, we're healthy, we have a beautiful blended family of 4 children, 3 girls and a boy. And we haven't done anything in terms of a celebration of Thanksgiving, and we've been so richly blessed. I personally don't believe that you have to celebrate your birthdays only on landmark days, years, age. I believe you celebrate if you want to, if you feel the need to, and it just felt so right to do it this year. And I know it's a strictly by invitation event, but we're spending money. It's a recession, and I want my friends to come and have a good time. And so I'm sorry if not everybody could come, but I really wanted the people that we love, the people who love us, and we just wanted to make it a memorable occasion for us that day.
Wow. It's actually very profound.
Oh.
Thank you. Can you tell us a little bit about your family life?
Well, I'm married to Kate UIJLENHOED. We met while we were both working in Shell in 2004, so it's been quite a long road for both of us. We had a courtship of 3 years. We got married, relocated to Dubai. My husband was married before to a Dutch woman. He has 3 girls from that union. I love them to death. I've watched them grow. I actually met him when his youngest was just 5, 6 years old. So we've grown together as a blended family. We got married in 2009. Traditional wedding was here with the whole works. My husband came with his entourage of a Dutch family and his friends, Nigerian friends, to meet with my Igbo people, because my mom is very traditional. Unfortunately, my dad is no more with us, but my uncles were there on D-Day. Thank you so much. And we moved to Dubai. in a nutshell, we have a son, CJ, who is wonderful in every way. He's a mini version of his father, and another beautiful, wonderful gift from God. And we both run our individual businesses. We've both been successful as it, we thank God, and we're here today, waxing strong almost 10 years later. So,
Wow.
yeah.
Coming back to your family life, is an interracial relationship. Have you been able to cope? Have you had situations where you have differences? Obviously, every couple, every marital couple, every relationship has their differences. But have you been able to manage your interracial differences?
Well, the most important thing in marriage, I'm not an expert, I'm only speaking from my own experiences. You marry your friend. We had our issues in terms of the first 3 years of courtship. Our reasonings were different, but I'm married to my friend, and he knows he's married to his friend. So we work through our differences the way friends work through their differences. Best friends work through their differences. We talk things over. We communicate. We compromise. And we do things to make sure that each of us is comfortable with the final decisions we reach. So we've never had problems that we have not been able to talk about, and we have not been able to manage, and we have not been able to conquer. That's what I can just say from my own perspective.
Having said all of this, life is a journey. And certainly you have met a whole lot of people who have influenced you through this journey. So I'd like to talk about your mentors, people who inspire you. Who are the people you actually look up to? People who inspire you, people I wouldn't say want to be like, because every individual is unique, but people who actually inspire you, people that you look back and you just want to celebrate, your mentors. Can you tell us a little bit about
I have 4 mentors in my life. Apologies, ladies, but 3 of them are men and 1 is female. I'll start with the female first. My first mentor is my late mom. She passed on last year. But this was a woman who, from as far back as I remember, had always spoken to her children like we were adults. I remember at the age of 3, my mom would tell me, you need to brush your hair, because if you look untidy, people are going to judge you because your hair is not brushed.
True.
I remember my mom as a teenager, how you wake up during the holidays and you don't take a shower till noontime, and she would be screaming that you will not make a good wife if you don't look your best in the morning, so your husband can be happy being married to you in years to come. I remember such little lessons. I remember her as a career woman. I remember her juggling her home, her career, and her children very admirably. I remember her being a community developer, volunteering services. I remember holidays when we would go to the motherless babies home, because my mom felt that you had to contribute to the lives of the people who didn't have. It's really shaped me to the woman I am today. It's shaped me to understand that there are differences in lifestyles, but at the end of the day, your humility, your service, the fear of God, and the need to do and be better is very important to the woman you will be. So I admire her a lot, because if I didn't have her to mirror me, I wouldn't be the kind of person I am today. So kudos to that. Then when you come to the men, I admire 3 men because they have one thing in common. They fought for freedom, they fought for the right to be themselves, and they fought for others. I am very, very strong on loyalty. I'm very strong on freedom. I hate injustice. And they are the Right Honorable Nnamdi Azikiwe, late of course, the Owele of Onitsha, who fought for the independence of Nigeria. Being an Igbo girl, he represented that sign that you can be the best you can be if you strive to fight for people and be a beacon of hope. I loved him for that. I love the late Nelson Mandela because he sacrificed 20 years of his life for the freedom of not just South Africans, for black people all over the world. You have to stand up to be something. And the last but not the least, I love the late Dr. Martin Luther King, because he did the work for freedom to show people that you cannot be enslaved, not just physically, but by your mind. You have to break free to go for what you want. So these are men that have greatly influenced who I am and when I feel weak and I want to rise, I remember that this man came from nowhere and gave each and every one of us a voice. So, yes,
Wow.
those are the people that matter to me.
Wow. Listening to your mentors, I concluded that you must be a good reader. Because for me, my father would say, to improve on your life, you have to read about the biography of other people. We never know what we have until we lose it. If your mother was to be here today, what is that thing you would say to her that perhaps you never said enough to her when she was alive?
Well, I like to believe I said that I loved her every day, which I practically did. I love my mom to bits. She knows. You can see I'm getting emotional because
Yes.
I miss her. But mom, if you can hear me, and I know you hear me, and we communicate every other day. You know that, especially when I have issues that I want to talk to you about, because you know me and you know the way my mind works. This is a message for you. I want you to know that I am happy. And we talked about marrying my best friend at the time because you had questions and you needed me to be clear on the kind of marriage that I would have with Case, and I want you to know that I am as happy as can be. I married the best man for me. You were right. Your grandson is doing amazing. I wish you were here. He's growing smarter, wiser by the day. And I have not pursued. You've told me never to be comfortable on any level, and I am striving. I am growing, and I know that you would be so proud of me as I would want you to be as always. And I love you. You know I always ended all our talks on that. And talk to you again soon.
I let it fall, my heart, and as it fell, you rose to claim it. It was dark, and I was over, until you kissed my lips, and you said,
Hi. At the beginning of this program, I've been calling you Madam ANWULI. You're too chic and too sophisticated. I know you, from the expression on your face, I know you totally don't love the Madam stuff. So we're going to upgrade a little bit.
Okay.
We're going to call you the Lady ANWULI. That takes me to my next question. I've known you to be a woman who loves people. And loving people is not actually an easy task. But my question to you is, what is that thing, or what's the best traits you love in human beings, and why?
Well, I'll speak for me personally because we're all different. We're all individualistic people with our own faults, our own ambitions, our own pet peeves, so to speak. But for me, what I value most in people is loyalty. And when I say this, people say, oh, anybody can be loyal. No, anybody can't be loyal. You have to be somebody who is disciplined to be loyal. And if you are my friend or I am your friend, we should give each other loyalty no matter how bad we feel the decisions either of us are making are. As your friend, I would rather come to you to talk about what I feel you are doing wrong. I value loyalty very highly. I think it's one of the top things for me in any human being. Loyalty as a human being to what you believe in, to the people that you are loyal to the family you belong to the values you have, and to the religion you believe in. So it's very important to me. And I think if you don't have loyalty as a person, you are not a human being. It's that personal for me.
You spoke about values, religion, and person.
Yes.
That's very deep.
Extremely.
I, for one, believe in the principle of a man and the values. So what are the values for you? What do you look out for?
Thank you, Bubu. I love that question. For me, if I were to say what is your value as a human being, then I'm asking you what is your character? What are the things that shape you? What do you believe in? Who are the people that mentor you? What is the family life like? What God do you worship? When I say what God do you worship, nobody should be surprised that some people make money their God. I cannot stand people like that. Money is good to have, but it shouldn't shape who you are. It shouldn't blind you to the truth that is in front of you. It shouldn't blind you to the people you make friends with. I have friends that might not have the kind of money people are comfortable with, but I value them because they're very disciplined. They worship God in spirit and in truth, and they will be the first people to stand by your side in the midst of a storm. So, for me, the God you worship is important. I worship the God of the Most High, and the God of the Most High tells me that humility is key, discipline is key, loyalty is key, love, trust, respect is key for people. So these are traits that, as far as I'm concerned, if you don't have as a human being, I'm sorry, you cannot be in my life as somebody that I would love, respect, and call a friend. We all know a lot of people, boo-boo, but let's be clear here. We don't call everybody our friend. I don't know about you, but...
Having said all of this,
yes.
where would you want to be in the next 5 years?
Oh, I love that question because I'm somebody who likes to look ahead, plan ahead. I would want to still be with my awesome husband, Case Alleyhood. I love you, Case. I would want to have one more child to our wonderful blended family, so we'll be a family of 5. I would want to be at the peak of my career where I can retire and still be able to impact on people's lives financially and as a mentor. I would like to have proteges who can come to me with their problems, who say, you inspire me. I would want to be not just a wife and a mother, I would want to be a community leader, somebody who has made an impact on the people around her and the community she lives in. I would want to be more active in church. I'm not as active as I should be now because I'm hustling and I'm trying to juggle all that I have together.
And we all hustling.
Yes, but I would want to slow down on that hustling pad and be more of a developer of the young minds because, boo-boo, the young people need us now. The country is not going the way it should economically. The morals are very low at this point, in my view. Social media has kind of taken on a life of its own where the young people don't understand that there are things that are more important than just making money and being slave kings and slave queens. So I want to be in a position of developing young minds to see deeper than that and to add more to themselves as individuals and more to the community that they live in.
Not being on social media, having to pass this question, how do you get all of that information of this? Because the term slay queen, slay king is a social media term. And I know for a fact that you're not on social media.
Deliberately so, yes.
Deliberately so, yes. You're not on social media. There must be a reason why you're not, 1, on social media, and 2, the slay.
So I should explain myself. Okay.
Yes.
So yes, I do have friends who are very active on social media for their businesses or just because they want to kind of interact with people or put themselves out there because that is what gives them joy. And I'm not judging. But I'm not on social media because I think that the essence of social media has been abused. When social media came on board in terms of the different apps, when I read the history of some of the things they were supposed to do, they were supposed to be used for the good of what you are doing now, exposing different people, different experiences, different walks of life. Some people use it for advertisement purposes. Some people use it to impact, to mentor.
Yeah.
But it also has an ugly side. It's exposed people who come to brag about what they have. It's exposed personal information that I feel that if families or friends are having issues, they bring it on a social media platform because they want to shame and disgrace each other. It's brought up a very ugly side that people like me shed from because I'm a very private person, and if I have an issue with a family member or a friend, I would be the last person to want to bring it on social media. Why would I want to do that? It's brought up a life of people living very fake lives because they're under peer pressure. They want to kind of be this thing that they're not. It's put people under a lot of pressure to do things that they ordinarily really will not do just because they want to live like the Joneses. I'm a very confident person with who I am. I don't really believe that I have to come on social media to prove myself to anybody. If you know me as a friend, you would know that I enjoy my life. I don't have to be on social media to prove that. I shy away from social media, not on my work life, by the way. I'm on social media because I have a business that I want people to know what it's all about. I want to make money. I want to advertise. I want to also impact on people. So I've written political, articles on politics because I love politics and I want to be able to kind of shape that in my own little way. But I would not want to be on social media for the wrong reasons. And I don't feel that any social media platform for me now, aside from the LinkedIn and my work company website, I don't really see what else I would need to talk about social media about. I don't think so.
Most times, most of them can talk about it. Most times they don't want to talk about it. My question to you is, one, how did you meet your husband? And two, have you been able to deal with the interracial pressure?
Yes, the inquiries that come with it. So it's really simple and quick. I had the opportunity to meet my husband through a good friend back in the day. We were both working in Zenith Bank. I was going through a series of interviews to get into Shell. This was in 2003, so quite a long time ago.
Over 13 years ago.
Yes. And at the time, she was trying to get the Shell account. And my husband at the time was a VP Finance Shell Africa. And they became friendly in the course of her trying to market the account. Cut a long story short, Shell was having one of their galas. She was invited as a potential, like all other bankers who were trying to get the account. She was invited so that she could come with, and see them in an informal setting to kind of discuss further. And I was her plus one to that event. Needless to say, we walked in, my husband saw me, and asked my friend point blank, "Who is she?" And my friend said, "Strange that you should ask because she's undergoing an interview process to get into Shell." And it was a good thing, it was a bad thing, because for the next 2 years, my husband didn't approach me. He later said to me that I could have gotten married in the next 2 years, but he didn't want me to see him as a ticket to get into Shell, because he would not have been in a position as high up as he was at that time to help me. I would have had to get him unmarried, and he didn't want me to resent him because he would not have been in a position to help me. And secondly, he also wanted me to like him for him, not because I saw him as an avenue to get into Shell. So for the next 2 years, he never said anything. And when I went through my interview process and eventually got into Shell at mid-management level, he called my friend up and said, "I've been following her interview process. She's done well. I know she's gotten her employment. Now I want to meet her and tell her 2 years ago that I liked her and I wanted to get to know her better, but it's still."
Wow.
That tripped me. That made me curious. The rest is history. I do know that in Nigerian society of today, that being an interracial couple is not something that a lot of people are privy to understanding, and because of the different culture, the different backgrounds, and also the fact that a lot of people are not educated enough to understand that color is not what matters, but character, moral, and values. And I have been very blessed, and like I always say at the beginning of this interview, I told you that I believe strongly in the power of God and His promises towards His children. And God doesn't see color, He sees character, He sees the heart. And He blessed me with a wonderful man who happened to come in a Dutch color,
I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Yes.
In all of this interview, you've spoken about your husband 100 times in 150 times.
And I'm sorry about it, I know. I really don't mean to rub it in anybody's face, but I think I'm the luckiest woman in the world to be blessed with the man I'm married to. Case is wonderful. As a friend, as a husband, as a father, as a teacher, as a mentor. I mean, there's nothing that, that I go through since I've met my husband that we do not discuss. From my personal life to my aspirations to my religion to even the petty things that we go through as women, to say, "Darling, do you like my hairstyle? Do you think it suits me?" As petty as that, I always kind of ask him, because I know that he would be the one person in the world to tell me the truth no matter how much it hurts. So you know, if you do want to date somebody, don't look at the skin color they come in. Look at the heart they possess. Look at the character they have. Look at the background they have. My mother-in-law, God bless her heart, was wonderful and a mother to me. And this is these are part of the things that shape the person you will be with. So yes, I think I honestly never bowed to peer pressure as a teenager. So you can imagine that by the time I met my husband, I honestly, and I'm not lying to you, Boo Boo, I honestly didn't notice if we got stares or not as an interracial couple. Because in my mind, he was the man for me, I was the woman for him, and that's all that really matters.
Earlier on, you talked about meeting your husband in 2004.
Yes.
That's a long time.
Very long time.
A lot of celebrity couples don't even last a year. I'm sorry.
Yes.
What has kept you?
Like I said, I married my friend.
Yes, you said that.
Yes, I married somebody that even when we fight, we still communicate. I married somebody who understands me. I married somebody that I understand. We really mirror each other very well. My husband takes a look at my face and knows when I'm unhappy, and vice versa. We work in sync. And I always tell my unmarried friends that it's not...
Sorry, Lady ANWULI.
Yes.
Working in sync, for me, I don't know about other people,
Yes.
is a strong word. When you're in sync with something,
Yes.
you're intertied with that
Yes.
thing.
Yes.
So, are you trying to tell me you're intertied with your husband? Being in sync is like one and the same. One and the same.
I am telling you. And I apologize once again because it looks like I'm bragging. I honestly am not bragging. Case makes me happy. If I don't see Case, because he travels a lot for business, when Case is not in the house, we talk, but I miss his presence. I miss walking in through my front door and somebody is not yelling, "Darling, how was your day?" I miss him as a presence. And it just shows that the connection is really at a much deeper level, and I believe that it is truly a connection from God. I can't tell you more than this, Boo Boo. I honestly cannot explain it into words, but we are in sync. We like the same things, we dislike the same things. We don't agree on everything, which is the beauty of it, but at the end of the day, we always compromise and try to make each other happy with the final decisions that we take. And I think that's more important than gold at the end of the day. I wouldn't exchange him for Denzel Washington, and I love Denzel, by the way.
Wow. That's been so amazing. Thank you so much for tuning in to Talk to Boo Boo. We've had an amazing guest, a mother, a friend, a wife, a mentor in the making. She's not on social media, but look out for her. She's amazing. And I want to thank you so much for having us, for believing in this vision, and for opening your home to us. I wish you the very best in the nearest future.
Thank you.
Great health,
Thank you.
long life,
Amen.
prosperity,
Amen.
a happy home,
Thank you. Amen.
all that you wish for. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for staying tuned till we come your way next time on our second edition with Talk to Boo Boo. Well, thank you so much. God bless you. See you next time. Bye-bye. Thank you so much for staying connected and staying tuned to our first episode of Talk to Boo Boo. It's been a great time with our first guest, Lady DANIELLE ANWULI UIJLENHOED. It's been an episode of sincerity, of truth. I'm thankful. I hope a lot of you can learn as much as I did from this episode. And I look forward to seeing you in our next episode. Thank you and God bless you. Bye-bye.
I let it fall.